I'm joined by Audrey Chirenje. Audrey, good morning to you, lady.
Good morning, Marisa. You're looking gorgeous today.
You're looking gorgeous too.
Yes.
Yeah, we were having a back and forth. No, stop it. You look beautiful. No, it's you. No, girl, it's you.
And I've got the red for Valentine's.
And you have the red for Valentine's. You're in the
Yes.
theme. Are you going to be reading it the whole week?
Yes, we need to celebrate love. Love is beautiful, guys.
Love absolutely is beautiful. Right, Audrey. Let's take a look at our book today. I mean, I'm listening to you tell me about it, and I'm thinking about it. I definitely need this on my shelf, and it is called the Smart Decision Handbook, and it's by Brian Kazungu. What is this book about? Tell us.
So in this book, Brian is basically telling us that every time you make a decision, you need to be smart about it. You need to do a checklist where possible, because whether you make a bad or good decision, you will definitely live with the consequences.
Yeah, there is definitely consequences to everything, isn't there?
Yes.
And I like this aspect of it being for individuals and corporates. So maybe we start with the individual part of it. Or how is this book going to benefit me as an individual?
Okay, so I think one of the chapters he talks about in life, every time you need to know yourself, you know. So that means doing a SWOT analysis of yourself.
What is a SWOT analysis?
Strengths, S for strengths, W for weaknesses, O for opportunities, and T for threats. And I know back then, like in school, I didn't know it was possible to do a SWOT analysis on yourself. But it's actually good. You can know that, like Tish earlier Audrey was singing, are you a good singer or not? Then you tick that box. Are you a good planner or not? Because some people make decisions, but they can't execute them. So ultimately, you also fail. So once you do this about yourself, then you can go about planning your life. And every day we're making a decision. Do you know that? Do I get on this combi or not? Do I turn here or not? Do I eat this food or not? So it's decisions galore every minute of the day.
Wow, we've got quite a huge decision-making life, don't we? All right, now when it comes to corporate, how does that help?
So you find with corporates, I wish corporates would do this more often. You know, corporates will have a mission, vision, and things like that, but they also need to do a SWOT analysis about themselves. Where are you weak? Where are you strong? You know, you find that, okay, like these days, most people are into this entrepreneurial journey. You might be a good visionary, good on certain targets, but are you good at admin? You know, like for example, for myself, I'm not good at admin. So that means you need to hire someone who's actually good at admin to fill in that gap, etc., etc. And then this will help your corporates. This will help even the employees around there. They'll feel more connected if you just know your strengths and your weaknesses and the threats and the opportunities. Then you work towards filling in that gap.
Right, this book is kind of reminding me of, you know, those your profiles as an individual profile. You know, I don't know if we've discussed that book, The 5 Love Languages, have we?
We discussed it briefly.
Briefly,
yes.
We talked about it, but we didn't discuss it.
Yes, and you were like, we need to review this book.
We need to review that book. It kind of reminds me of that because it's very important to actually know your personality, your strength as an individual kind of person that you are, so that people around you know how to also, you know, handle you and stuff like that. So I know a lot of people don't really believe in this, Audrey. How do we kind of get this tool out there to people to actually say, look, it's actually important for there to be a consistent, perpetual state of consistency within relationships and within companies as well? How do we get them to understand this?
So like I was given a very mundane example earlier on, every minute you're making a decision. Do you press that button of the elevator now or a second later? So I think the minute we realize that we're making decisions every day, do you drink coffee? Do you drink tea? So this makes this book very important. I suppose the title would make it a bit intimidating, the Smart Decision Handbook. But however, like we said, whether you make a bad decision, an okay decision, or a good one, the decision will have consequences on you and also the people around you. That's even another sobering, you know, point. The people around you
are affected.
They are.
They are affected by this. So tell us some of the lessons that we draw out of this book.
Okay, so we've got, like we're saying, smart decisions result in positive outcomes, while foolish decisions result in negative outcomes. Then an enlightened, stable mind leads to smart decisions. Then there's also this is a funny one. You can have good intentions and still make a bad decision. There's this song by Madonna which says, the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can have good decisions and still make bad decisions which affect you drastically. Yeah, and then I also like the quote, which says, you can make foolish decisions as an adult if we're not trained to think in your childhood. Let's put a pause here.
Yeah.
We are supposed to be trained to think from a very young age.
Right. How? Tell us.
I think as parents, even like books, you need to expose your children to books,
Reading.
literature, other, even on TV, there's so many different aspects of TV. There's fruits, there's animals, there's the Bible. So I think you need to expose them to everything.
What if you have foolish parents?
Well,
If you trained to think foolishly.
I will, being a parent, and you're also a parent, I will have to put a disclaimer to say, you know what, more often, no one has the handbook when you have children. But you must also then learn, go for courses. These days we've got social media, follow platforms which talk about good...
Speak to each other as parents as well, I'd say.
Yes, and also listen to your children. I know we've got this generation which think the young ones don't know anything, but guess what? They can actually teach you a thing or two or more.
That is it. So what are those the main points that you would actually come up with from this book?
Those are the main points. Okay. And I think if you look at Brian's profile, he's an author. He's written about 8 books now. He's a media practitioner, technology enthusiast, and he also created this Smart Decision Toolkit based in essay, but very hands-on with all the literature events that go on in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Yes, so you can tell when he writes, he's very passionate, and he's also a Christian, so you can find those remnants of the Bible also in what
that he puts in there.
Yes.
That he puts in there. That's excellent. Now, where do we find this book?
So this book, for now, it's available on at Innovate bookstores, and Brian is also selling the books direct. You can find him on social media. X, LinkedIn, Facebook, and the price is going for $10. Chete Chete.
$10 Chete Chete book by Brian Kazungu, The Smart Decision Handbook. I mean, this is really, really good. And have you read the whole book?
Yes.
So now, how has that changed you? Do you sometimes think about, oh, Brian wrote this? How does that pave your path?
For me, it was sobering because, when we think of decisions, we think of those important decisions only. For example, who do I date? Where do I buy a house? Where do I send my child to school? But guess what? Even the little decisions, like in the morning you wake up, your alarm goes off. Do I wake up now or not? That's a decision you're making. What am I going to eat? It's a decision. So every minute, every second, we're making a decision. For me, that is the sobering part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I'm also kind of thinking about how our brain has to be, it's like a muscle. Exercise it to think the correct way. Exercise it to think the correct way. But the biggest thing for me is, like you said, this can be quite an intimidating title. The smart decision. Like, I am smart anyways. Why do I need to be taught how to be smart? But sometimes, as you did say, good intentions don't always lead to smart decisions.
Yes. And then the famous SMART abbreviation: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic. So I think people leave this for the corporate world. But I say, even in your personal day-to-day, this also
is a great...
yes.
Okay, excellent. Audrey, thank you so much for this book. Brian Kazungu, thank you for writing it and helping us be smarter in our decision-making processes. Audrey, thanks. We'll see you next week. And we did say we buy this book, $10, Chete at
Innovate bookstores. We're trying to put it in other bookstores in the country so that people can read
can read it. Yes. And also, did you tell us about his social media handles?
Brian Kazungu, he's on X, LinkedIn, Facebook, very active. And you can also reach direct to him. He's based in South Africa. You can also arrange for a copy for you in South Africa.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Audrey.
Thank you, Marisa.
Konapo, ipapo, ipapo.